So, all right.
So we got another rusty. This one's a Lexus.
This is different from the bunch, not Toyotas now.
It's still a Toyota if you think about it. They're using the same metal. So we got some rust issues in the back, and so this is Stan and his son Ryan.
Hello.
So we're gonna fix all this stuff that he.
I'll kind of go over everything with the light real quick. It's a 2009 Lexus
GX470.
All right, so back here, so they had taken it to inspection, and they still do this in Pennsylvania, not down here, but you know, rust and stuff that's frame or.
So it's got that. We're gonna fix the two corners. They're gonna take these down. He's got new ones of these. We're gonna replace there. Take the tire down.
Okay, so when they go through inspection with these, they will fail them for what would you call
safety?
Safety, but frame like
they call it safety
liability, you know, damage. Yeah, so safety inspection. So then we're gonna clean it all up. Shocks, those are gone.
And the other thing, believe it or not, they didn't even see it. I just caught it before. It's got the gas tank strap is rotted off, so it's not even hooked to anything.
So we're gonna fix all that too, and then we'll coat all the underneath of it for them. Salt sucks up anywhere in the north here.
Yeah, the brine's bad.
Yep. Okay.
Project will not see the snow. No. It's going to stay dry. All winter long.
And then a little bit longer, just to make sure they wash it away.
Right.
In the front, it's got a couple little spots up here.
I'm also going to have you guys change the diffs. The oil.
Yeah, we're doing it.
All right, we're going all over the whole thing for them. So.
And the axle. That one axle.
Oh yeah, the axle in the front over here on this side. All right. So stay tuned to watch this, guys. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe to the channel VXM, and stay tuned.
So we're gonna get started on this Lexus. Starting with pull the wheels off because we're gonna replace an axle in the front. We're gonna replace the shocks. So we dropped the what do you call here? The spare tire down. We gotta lube that up. So we got the spare tire out of the way. And once I got the spare tire out of the way, I'm looking under here. So we're gonna fix that hole in the exhaust. And the other thing I just noticed, I'm going to call him up right now and tell him about it, is so this has airbags in the front. So that airbag got air in it. This one, she's a flat. So there's nothing in this one. It's just flopping in the breeze, so nothing in it. So we probably got to replace that bag. I'm going to call up and see if I can find a bag for that. And obviously we're replacing the shocks because they're not doing anything. I just pulled it in here and it's bouncing around like a pogo stick. Okay, so that's actually dangerous when you're driving with that like that. So between having no airbag on one side and pogoing it, probably rode like crap. But, and then we're just gonna make sure all this other stuff that we're replacing, that's a broken band strap for the tank. So we got all the parts coming later today, and all the brakes look good, pads look good. So we're gonna get that. Let me see if I get this airbag, and then we'll figure out how to put that in there. All right.
All right. Tell them what we're doing here.
Where are we at?
Well,
so I got the axle kind of in.
Waiting on other parts.
Right now we need sway bar links. So we had to cut that one. I got the sway bar link off, but I'm gonna wait for the sway bar links to come. I can put it back together and then put the axle in. The other sway bar link still has to come out. Trying to get this gas tank out.
You gotta take the shield off.
Right, which all the bolts are rusted and stripped. I got two off. Oh, can't get that one off. The only one that came off was this one and this one. So we
might have to cut that one off.
might have to cut that off.
That we could put a nut and bolt through, but
Yeah, the other one, we're gonna have to figure out how to get that off. If not, I'm just gonna put it in there and then weld a nut on it or something.
all right.
Try to get that off. Got the shocks coming.
Yep. Ordered those.
Got airbags coming. Ain't nothing left of these shocks, man.
I know they're gone.
Anyway, all right.
Because the same thing with the airbag.
Cut off wheels. So we could cut this nut off.
All right. Let me grab that real quick. All right, little persuasion. And
Yeah.
it came off.
Persuasion.
Beat the other sockets on. Man.
Ain't nothing left of that stupid. I'm surprised the freaking tank off. It was laying in that.
I gotta just get this strap off now,
What? I know. I gotta get that off.
though. Ain't nothing left of that thing.
I soaked that since yesterday. So
Honestly, the cage, this is metal, so that's what was holding that thing in.
that's it. Or else it would have dropped.
It would have came off already.
14.
Right here.
14.
No, that's a 12. Hang on, I'll find
Get
one.
a 14 and
Back one's on.
yeah,
Do the
well, we're
front
changing
one.
This one too, because this one's rusted.
She's not looking too
So-
good either.
It ain't like we're doing this again tomorrow. You gotta get these clips out of here.
Did you put the pin back on in this one?
Yeah, I
The
got 'em.
clip?
I need a pair of vice grips to try to turn that. I got the pin for the back. Grab a pair of vice grips.
Yeah. There you go.
All right, so got a set of airbags, and starting to take them off. So you need to. This line is mounted all around the frame. It goes in that, and the way it comes apart is, see that clip right there? Let's see if I can show you this. So this clip right here, you squeeze that. Squeeze those two prongs. Let's see. These two, and then you pull this out. And I'm gonna have to take this one out anyway, so that comes out like that. And then inside there, there's two little tiny white things, little clips that you have to pull, so they need to be spread out to get past this little nub. Right? And then you'll end up with that like that, because you can't get to them up in the car. Where they're at, which is up there, right? See how they're all rusted. So you take this off, the line off like that, and then you come around this side, and if you look in here, between here and here, this little clip, this one right here, that's that clip right there that's facing up, gets pulled from that pin, and that's what holds the bag up against the top of the frame. And then you take the whole thing out with the line, and everything comes out, and then you unhook the line when the thing is out of the car. So I'm going to take that off. I'll show you how to get it out and show you what it looks like when it's off. All right, that's the clip. All right, take that off. Now you can fish the bag out. All right, that's the bag. Now we gotta try to get this line out of here without messing it up. That bag is junk. All right, so this is where the clip slides right into this thing. So there's a hole big enough for that to go through. Let's see if you can see it now. So up there, right? So You got this hole where that goes through, and this is the hole where the nub goes through with the clip. So we're gonna clean all that up. So it's get all the scaly stuff off of here. While we got it open, and we got more room in there. And then we got to make sure, hopefully, all this mechanism works. All right.
Favorite tool.
Yeah. So we're gonna scale all this stuff off and then hit it with some paint.
I'm gonna let the compressor catch up a little bit.
This side we already did, so you can see it comes out nice and clean. The bag hooked up. Gotta run this hose back in there.
Okay.
And they're gonna scale all this stuff off of everything before we paint it all.
Johnny's taking that bracket off over there. I'm taking these brackets off. Yeah, you can see more of that now.
Hey, nothing in there.
I'm gonna take the plug off, and then we can get behind here and fix all that.
These are just spinning their junk.
I have to heat them up a little.
Nothing in there. They're just laying in there.
Alright. Woo! Yeah. Yeah.
So we're gonna basically
It's all on the floor.
end up cutting this thing off.
Trying to get this.
Trying to get. Just get the saws on, cut them off.
Right. We have new ones.
Yeah, just get the saws on, cut them off.
Alright.
This one. Ain't nothing in there.
The saws on now. Yeah. Give him a new blade. Whatever. Alright.
Rust.
Yeah. Trying to cut through the rust.
Get another blade. Alright, so that thing's rotted so bad. I got to get behind it. So we're going to take the bumper completely off. Right? And then we'll be able to see the whole thing. Expose it on all sides. And cut away whatever I got to cut away. And then fix what we got to fix. So there's more. There's a couple more. This got to come off. Take this out of the way, and then there's bolts behind it. I already took the one on that side and the other one off. That freaking bumper. All right. That all off. Get this off. This is probably, you know, that's just glued on there. Like, all right, take. Now we can get to everything. So now we can get to all that. We're going to clean all that off, grind all the rust off it, cut the bottom and the inside out. So the back portion of it and the top portion of it is still solid. So we're going to cut the bottom out and the back out. Two sides. The middle's good. All right. should see if we can get 2 of these things. All right, we're good to go now. Now we got some room to play with.
All right, go back up.
Getting all this scaly stuff off so we can kind of clean it up a little bit. Yeah, that looks good. And we'll coat it up with stuff. Hold on, John. All right, so we ended up, all right, so those brackets that you got were wrong. So we got to get those. I had to end up cutting off one of the bolts for that. I don't even know why they put that on there. It's not a hitch, it's nothing. So that goes there. So that's the one that went there. We had to cut that one off. These 4 came off. This one did end up coming off, so we're good. So we're gonna end up, I had to cut this off. All right, so we'll end up putting that back on. So we're gonna cut this off here. We're gonna cut this off here, cut this all the way down, all the way down, all the way down the other end. Same thing on the inside. We're gonna cut the inside all off. And then make a new plate, new plate, new plate, and a new plate across the bottom. All right. right, so we got that all cut out. So we're going to put an insert in here, an insert on that side, an insert on the inside, and then weld that tab. So we're going to fix this. So this will have a new piece here. And then we'll be able to make 1, 2, 3 more pieces. All right. All right, so we're going to start with this. That slot stays like the other side, like that. And we're going to start with that piece first. I'm going to stitch that all in. We'll grind this all clean. And then go to the inside piece. And then we'll make the 2 pieces on each side. And then the bottom. Alright, so now on this one, I'm going to make a plate that goes like that. And then it's got to kind of, see how this wraps around? So I'm going to make that wrap around to stitch it back to that. And then that'll be covered up. And then I can make this piece from here to here. So I'm going to go do this now. I got this in the vise where I'm going to curl the end down. All right. Put that lip on it. I'll show you how it fits. All right. So now that goes in there. That's going to get welded. That's going to get welded. That's going to get welded across the top. And then that'll box that end in. This side's in. That's good. A little piece at a time. So it's like a puzzle. You got to put it back together. So try to keep all the good metal. This is all good stuff. No rust on this. This is just surface rust. But that's all good stuff. This is solid. This is double walled. So it's got the nuts that go in here. This one I'm going to have to add a nut on the inside, but that's for the actual hitch. So, getting there. Let me stitch that all in, and then we'll start with this piece. All right, that one's in. Start working on the next piece. All right, so what we're going to do is first we're going to cut a piece of this plate off, and then I'm going to put it up there, trace it out, and then we'll cut it to fit right in the same spot. So it's going to look like that. It'll cut that whole thing out, and then it'll be flat on the bottom. Sorry, it'll be flat on the bottom, cut like that. This way the bottom piece will be all one big long piece. All right, so I got that piece in there. What I did was I drilled a hole in this piece, in this plate, so that we can still utilize that bolt if we need it. And I figured I'm just going to leave the whole thing up in there so it'll fit nice and it'll reinforce the whole thing. So I could put a little bead around that, and bead that whole section in, weld all that back together. And then I can still get my nut in here for that hitch. And we should be good. So before I put that in there, yeah. Well, I can actually weld that on there, so that's no big deal. So that's going to stay like that. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'll make another one of those to go there. Same thing, just clean all this up in here, grind all this stuff off, make a nice flat plate so it stays nice and flat, and then we could cap it off from the bottom. All right. So the ends are done. Now we got this plate on the bottom. So now we're gonna trace all this out, inside and outside. Show them the inside. So like that. And we should be able to cap it right off. We'll trace it all out and then we'll take it off and cut it up. And the reason I wanted to do that is so it's in one piece. Make it a little bit stronger anyway. So that's how it's going to get trimmed back.
That's our stencil.
cut that up, and then I'm going to replace this one piece right there. Piece like that. Yeah, let me do that first. All right.
All right, well, I'll cut this out.
Yeah, start trimming that back. Okay, that's what we end up with. Okay, so I cleaned it all up. Got the edges all ready for welding. I'm going to put some primer on this. Primer all the inside. And this way tomorrow I can weld it all in. Alright, so we got all the inside all primed. Got that piece primed. I cut that little rock piece out of here where it's still good, nice and strong. I'm going to put a little plate in there, weld that up right now, and then I'm going to grind all this clean, that whole thing cleaned up, and then weld the bottom to that. Alright, so I got the piece welded in there, grinded all the rust off it. It's all surface rust, so we got all that off. Get all that crap off of there. I'm going to weld this piece on the bottom that we cut out. So that's going to cap off the bottom. We'll weld that all the way around, and then we're done with that. I'm going to prime the inside of that plate. The inside of the other stuff's all primed already. Alright. Got all that done. All that stitched back together. All that welded back up. And we're just going to clean it all up, prime everything, and paint it all black. Over here, I got that spot fixed already, and now I'm working on that spot. Alright, so that's all done. Welded that all up. Can't even tell we fixed it, so that's all good. So all the welding's done. Just gonna finish cleaning stuff up. Prime the rest of this. Shocks just showed up. We're going to do that. The sway bar links for the front just showed up. We're going to do that. Finish putting this thing back together.
Johnny's painting away. Starting from the front, and we'll work our way back. It's going to look good. So got that self-etch. I'm gonna hit that black. Got the shocks in it now. So those are all done.
There's nothing left of them.
Yeah,
we had to cut the top off. We had to cut the tops off just to get them out.
So those are both done.
Alright.
I'm gonna get my mask on and I'm gonna help Johnny paint.
Yep. Open the doors and turn things on. Let's put the bumper back on before we put the wheels back on the back. Probably be easier.
Okay.
It looks good.
Alright.
Alright, so we just started it up. Airbags are working. Yep. It was sitting on the blocks before on both sides, so the airbags just went up. Good to go with that. Leveling off. That's good. No exhaust leak out of the hole no more. Everything's all nice and painted. So before I put the I lubed that spare tire thing back up. So we put the hitch on. We got the new hitch on here.
I'm gonna just cut the cover out.
Yeah, we're gonna cut the cover out because it don't fit. So we're gonna cut the cover out to cover all this stuff up. And then we're gonna change the gear oil in the rear end. So, not too bad. It's pretty clean actually.
156,000 miles.
Yeah. Well, you got to make sure this opens right before you ever take one of them off.
Make sure your top one opens so you can refill it. Because we've had that happen before. Like liquid gold.
That's actually really clean, unless they did it before. I don't think they did it before. This thing was rusty as death. So that's like probably 2 or 3 quarts.
Usually your gear oil doesn't look burnt or nothing.
Yeah,
well,
they do.
Sometimes.
Yeah, they do. Especially if it's a posi. It comes out all black and nasty. Alright. Let me go get some gear oil and fill it back up. Okay, so bumper's on. Got the bumper hitch. Put that cover back on. It covers it up so we trim that back nice, clean. Right, so that's all done. Airbags are holding up good. Josh is just cleaning up. We had to fill, once it's on the ground, so it's level, we had to fill up the differential in the front from when we did the axle. So he's just cleaning that up. And we're going to do a bonus deal. So check this out. See how yellow these headlights are? So we're going to clean them up. And we're going to show you what they look like when they're clean. Yeah. Nasty. So you could see how look how yellow that comes out, right? So these are bad enough where we're starting with 800, but it basically turns yellow. So that's all the
dirt and
grime and everything in the
gets stuck in between the plexi.
It's all the plastic worn down. So we're going to start with 800, sand the whole thing down, and then we'll go to like 1500, 2000.
And we'll polish them.
Right.
And I'll leave one, I'll polish one.
We're going to do one at a time. Usually we do like
do both of them
at the same time, but I'm going to show you the difference. It's hard to see a before and after, but
I'm gonna hit these little ones too on the bottom.
Go grab some 1500 in there real quick. All right, so now that's 1500. You can see the difference already. Get all the yellow stain off, and now he's doing 2500. And the reason you do it in stages is because if you try doing it with 2500 right off the bat, it'll take you forever. So cut into it with the 8 or 1000, then you go to the next one, take the scratches out of that, the next one, take the scratches out of that, and it gets finer and finer. And then we're going to polish it with the machine with some polishing compound. And then you could see what the difference is. The finer the paper, the less the haze it leaves on it.
Smaller the scratches. Well, you could probably.
And then you do the bottom one too, so you can actually see the bottom one's different too. All right.
Easy with it. But you can see they do have a gold, tinge to them. Well, you really can't see it. It's looking beautiful
now.
Like if you're looking at it in person, this is actually like a goldish kind of color inside.
To it,
but you can go from the haze of what that looks like to.
Let's get all this off here.
That.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Stand over there, you can see both at the same time. Get it ready to clean them up.
Much better. If I didn't have the light kind of like glaring on these, like both on the tops, but I'll show you outside tomorrow what it looks like too.
Like
but it's 100% better.
They look great. Okay, we're good. Let's go.
Let me do the other one now.
Knock the other one out and go wash it.
Looks good. Okay. Got that one done too.
Wash it.
Go wash it all off.
Wash it off. You're done. All right, let's go wash it up. Looks a million times better.